Hey everyone, Jay Whitney here with Kickstarter Coaching and our internet TV show, Crowdfunding Coverage. We do a quick recap of what happens in crowdfunding each month. So today we'll be talking about December of 2015. In December, we had 16 big campaigns. Campaigns of $690,000 or more is currently our cutoff, what we're calling a big campaign. The big campaigns brought in a total of $26 million in December. The biggest one was the Bring Back Mystery Science Theater 3000 campaign that brought in almost $6 million. So we'll talk about the news and these big 8 campaigns, what made them unique. Our first news item is an analysis of Kickstarter results. There's a lot of news and analysis over years that say, what percentage of Kickstarter projects reach their funding goal. This was a different type of study. This was measuring of the ones that reach their financial goal, how many of them do their project, get out all the rewards and so forth. The study found that 9% of projects fell down on getting their project done and all the rewards out, but 91% of the projects were successful at doing their project and getting out their rewards. So I find that to be a reassurance. 91% is pretty good. The next piece of news has to do with Star Citizen. This is a space-themed video game that got its start on Kickstarter a while back with a $2 million campaign on Kickstarter. But at the end of their Kickstarter, they started doing just ongoing fundraising, crowdfunding on their website to supplement their Kickstarter funds. They have now raised a cumulative $100 million for Star Citizen. And this, as far as I'm aware, is the largest crowdfunding campaign that's we've seen so far. And it makes us wonder, sort of how far things can go. How large of a thing can you crowdfund? These people have raised $100 million in support of video game development. Our last piece of news this month is about Indiegogo. Indiegogo has opened up a new site, generosity.com. The theme here is nonprofit fundraising for neighborhood families in need, that sort of thing. So what makes it different from Indiegogo primary is that the theme of what's going on, and also that they're not charging fees. They still will have to pay for the credit card processing, but Indiegogo themselves will not take a fee on these generosity.com projects. So our big 8 campaigns, there's a huge range of money that was raised on these campaigns, from about $750,000 to almost $6 million. The length of the promotional videos ranged from about 2.5 minutes to about 5.5 minutes. 5.5 minutes is really longer than you would really want to do most of the time. Typically, 2 to 3 minutes is a good length for your video. The campaign duration ranged from 22 to 60 days. Normally 30 to 35 days is thought to be the sweet spot for campaign length. In the rewards, again, a big range from only 2 rewards, which seems skimpy, to 41, which seems a little nightmarish to handle once your campaign is over. I tend to think 8, 10, 12 rewards is a good amount for most campaigns. Also a huge range in the updates. It's good to let your backers know what's going on, how things are going, what's happening. 2 really is not so many. 52 seems overkill to me. So again, most things, avoid extremes. I tend to think that an update every week, maybe 2 updates a week is good. So the projects themselves, the first one we'll talk about is Project for Awesome 2015. This is an ongoing thing that's done each year. It's people that do lots of internet videos sort of band together for a charity thing at the end of the year. So some of the unique attributes here is it's about charitable causes. That's a differentiator. They typically get some amount of matching funds engaged in what's going on. This year it was $250,000, I think. And they did a live streaming activity for 48 hours of their campaign. So they were doing sort of the Jerry Lewis style thing to help promote the Project for Awesome 2015. The next campaign is Pulse. This is an electronic device that you attach to your camera so that you can control your camera by your smartphone. So you can actually control up to 3 cameras at a time if you want to get, I guess you need 3 of the units to mount one on each camera. But lots of benefits to doing this approach. But the campaign itself made use of supplemental videos. A lot of people aren't really aware of it or don't utilize it, but you're not limited to your main campaign video. You can have many additional videos if you wish. They have a nice graphic about the features, showing in a pictorial format exactly what the main features are of the Pulse. They also made it easy for the media to spread the word about them by providing a link in their campaign to a full press kit and providing high-res video if some TV station wanted to talk about what they were doing. So they made it easy for the media to help them. Next, we have the Alpha 2. This was my favorite campaign this particular month. This is about a small humanoid robot that seems really neat and a lot of fun. They raised $1.3 million for Alpha 2. Some of the attributes of their campaign were they had multiple early birds. What an early bird is, if you haven't seen our show before, is a substantial discount to attract people early in the campaign, get the ball rolling. So they used multiple levels of early birds. They had a nice media quote section with what the media was saying about what they were doing. And they also used many stretch goals. They had 8 stretch goals, 7 of them were reached. And you might want to check out the video. The robot looks really cute. Now this is not a typo. This is the next campaign, although it has a similar look to it, I guess. Well, the last campaign was a humanoid robot. This is a humanoid lamp. So this lamp is called the Lampster. They raised a lot of money, and there are some unique things about what they did. These lamps are all hand-painted. So this lends itself to customization and a feeling of uniqueness, of scarcity, that it's not such an assembly line kind of a product. You know, there's hand painting involved and so forth. They also offered some accessories that you could buy with the lamp. So think about if your project, if you have some add-on ideas, add-on things that complement the main product that you want to offer, this can add to your bottom line from your campaign. The lamp is shipped with the appropriate electrical plug for the destination country's power system. So if you ordered this lamp in New York, it would come with like the American style plug, and if you ordered it in London, you would get the correct plug with your lamp for the London power grid. This is something you might want to consider if you're doing an electronic product and you anticipate having a substantial amount of worldwide shipping in your campaign. Next, we have Arcadia Quest Inferno. This is a tabletop board game, and they did quite well. They raised a lot of money. Some of the unique things that they did are one is to address the confusion that's part of these campaigns. The tabletop board games typically have very large amounts of stretch goals, so that as the campaign grows, every single backer gets more stuff in their box when their box comes in the mail. But it's very hard to figure out because it's just very complex. So what these people did is at the very top of their campaign, they said, at this point, this is what you get, which I thought was a great idea to really simplify that whole problem. Their particular campaign, they had 49 stretch goals. I don't have keep a running list of these. That's got to be near the biggest amount of stretch goals I've seen. But it's also very interesting that this campaign was this company's 20th Kickstarter campaign. Now, we know that people are using Kickstarter a lot. We know that people do more than one. But this is really illustrative that there are companies that, that's what they do. They do Kickstarters one after the other. And all you have to do is have good ideas and deliver what you said you're going to deliver. And if you deliver good products and you do what you said, people are going to keep buying. The next campaign is Indivisible. This is another game campaign, but this is a instead of being tabletop as a video game. So some of their unique things that they did is some of the rewards, they had actual pictures of their rewards in the campaign. Now you may think this is a simple thing, but when you're putting your campaign together, you don't always get samples in advance of the rewards, and a lot of people don't take pictures of all the rewards. This is a great thing to do if you have time to do it, because it makes everything feel real to the backers. So if you can, take pictures of your rewards that you're going to be giving out. Show them in your campaign, people like that. This campaign did a lot of international business. Right at the top of their campaign, there were links so you could read their campaign in 6 other languages besides English. So if you think that you're going to have an international campaign or you have big plans to market it internationally, think about the language issue. How do you want to address it? Don't have people feel like they're closed out of your campaign because it's not in their language. Another cool thing that they did with this campaign is they gave a free download prototype. This is an awesome idea. And really it could be applied to many digital things, because there's not much cost, it's only really labor cost, to send out somebody a digital prototype of your game or your product. Gives them confidence to make the buy decision. So think about that. If you have something you can give free to the people, that they don't even have to buy anything, this is a great approach to spur interest in what you're doing. Next, we have a cool piece of luggage. The differentiator of this piece of luggage is, you'll see at the very bottom of the image, is those huge wheels at the bottom of this piece of luggage. So we've all coped for years with those aggravating tiny little wheels on the bottom of your luggage that, they react to every crack in the sidewalk, and it's hard to deal with things. This fixes all those issues. Rolls smoothly over lots of terrain, easy to use, less aggravating, and it has a lot of other advantages as well besides the big wheels, but that's sort of the signature of the luggage. Raised a lot of money for this item. Some of the neat things in their campaign is they had a huge team of people involved. Lots and lots of people, pictures, titles, names, everybody. Really gave a little bit of confidence. This is like a solid operation. They also used a lot of the GIFs, those little miniature videos that you see, showing how the wheels work, the handle works, the electronic optional package inside the thing if you want that. Really showed you all the different features and elements of the thing using those GIFs. Great idea. The most comprehensive use of that I think I've seen. And they gave a lifetime guarantee. Think of things from the customer's point of view. If you are a new startup and you don't have a reputation for making the best car, or the best golf club, or whatever, make them feel more comfortable by offering a guarantee if you have the confidence to do so. Our last campaign is the Bring Back Mystery Science Theater 3000. They raised a lot of money, $5.8 million in their campaign. Some of the cool aspects were their live countdown telethon, like one of the campaigns earlier in today's broadcast. So they did the Jerry Lewis thing. They had the best breakdown of where the money goes that I think I've seen yet. They really took some space in their campaign to explain about this much goes for credit card processing, this much goes to Kickstarter, and blah, blah, blah. They went through the whole list really nicely to explain to people why things cost what they cost, why they need to raise that amount of money. And in something very interesting, they had rewards on Kickstarter for over $10,000, which I don't think I've seen before. And I didn't notice they changed that policy, but I guess they have. So if you're designing a campaign, and if it's appropriate for you, and you have the right kind of reward, you can now apparently go over $10,000. So something to keep in mind, and something a bit new. That's it for our broadcast today. Hope that y'all had a great 2015. 2016 is going to be awesome, and we hope to see you with us a month from now when we talk about what happens in January of 2016. Take care.